my top 4 overall pickup of the week. Number 4 for me is Jalen McMillan of the Bucs. As mentioned, we now know that Chris Godwin is going to be done for the year. It's devastating. It hurts. But ultimately, Jalen McMillan could provide you, not going to get you what Godwin did, but this guy was a dog and Jalen Polk. Remember, when those Washington receivers, we had Adunze at 2.51 yards per route run. We had Jalen McMillan not far behind at 2.32, well ahead of Jalen Polk, 1.84, who went a full round ahead of Jalen McMillan in this draft, which a lot of people, myself included, and I'm a Bats fan, I like Jalen McMillan more. I think this guy was a better talent. There was tons of training camp hype about Jalen McMillan. This coaching staff loves him, calling him a dog, calling him someone we can trust. Guy that's making plays since day one. He wants to be good. He wants to learn. He continues to get better and better. You put on the pads, he loses no speed. Like, all the camp hype was very real on this guy. He came out in week 1, hauled a long ball touchdown in, and then unfortunately he got hurt. But don't forget, like, he was the clear number 3 wide receiver to start the year. He had played all, but when you compare him and Chris Godwin, he ran only 1 fewer route than Godwin over those first 2 weeks of the season before he got hurt. And you look right now at the type of routes he's doing, the type of usage per Ryan Heath of fantasy points. Right now, Jalen McMillan, 59% of his routes have been horizontal breaking or underneath. Number 1 in those type of routes was Chris Godwin. 67.3% of his routes were those kind of, when we talk about horizontal breaking underneath, we're on those layup rolls, the Cooper Kupp roll that we said would make Chris Godwin an absolute star this year, that had been making Chris Godwin one of the best picks you could have made in fantasy. There's a very real chance that Jalen McMillan just kind of slides right into that role as a very, very productive slot receiver. 67% of his NCAA routes were from the slot. Explosive slot type of guy, too. We got deep speed to burn. I do think, Liam Cohen, we're talking about an offense right now with the Bucs. They're 4th in the NFL with 29.9 points per game, behind only Washington, Baltimore, and Detroit. In their last 4 games, they put up 30, 51, 51, and 33 points. They have 30-plus points in 5 of their 7 games on the year. I get it. Godwin, Evans, both of them now hurt. I can't imagine this is the factory that it has been, but I really do think Liam Cohen is going under the radar as maybe the best play caller of this entire OC hiring cycle. Really love what this guy's done. Think he's going to be warranting head coach consideration sooner than later. He has the Sean McVay kind of offense where he puts his own little spin on it, which offers a lot more verticality than what we typically see. So I really like Jalen McMillan as the most likely to fill in that Chris Godwin style role. Sure, it could be Trey Palmer. He played over half his snaps out of the slot last year. We know he can get deep. We know he has a somewhat history with Baker Mayfield as well. Sterling Shepard has been playing ahead of Jalen McMillan so far as well, but if I had to put my chips in on somebody who could be a true league winner, who could be an absolute difference maker, it's Jalen McMillan, and the team clearly is wanting him to be the one that steps up. So that is my, again, top. I would go Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, Romeo Doubs, but then right underneath them is Jalen McMillan, a guy that I would bid 20% or so of my fab on to try and get that Cooper Kupp, the next type of slide in here for this offense. What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.